go! The lights are on, the air is crisp, and the stakes are soaring. We're at Adelaide City Park for a round 9 blockbuster between two of the most iconic Italian-backed clubs in the RAA NPLSA. For the hosts, Adelaide City, this isn't any campaign. It's their 80th anniversary season. They want to honour that milestone with silverware, and they certainly set the tone back in pre-season with a dominant 6-2 victory over tonight's opponents. But Campbelltown City has a habit of rewriting the script when they travel. If you look at their history books, this fixture belongs to the visitors. In 15 meetings since 2020, the away side has walked away with the spoils on 9 occasions. In fact, both regular season meetings last year ended in a 1-0 win for the travelling team. History says the odds are in Campbelltown's favour tonight, but 80 years of pride says Adelaide City won't let this points slip away. I'm Johnny Kecko. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here tonight, and I am joined by Simon Jimenez. Two teams here with a little hoodoo hanging over the head of the home side. But Simon, a big game here tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Looking forward to it. I'm not sure how superstitious I am, probably a little bit less so than some of the players, so I think that might be in the back of their heads a little bit. Is this away trend that we're seeing something that's going to continue tonight? Yeah,
well, mate, it's a big one tonight. Both teams are looking to get the 3 points here, but in talks of about the season, though, which club has been the dark horse so far in these opening 9 rounds?
Well, I think West Torrens, Bacalla and Playford. Obviously, they came into the NPL last year, and at the moment, they're sitting 1 and 2 after the competitive game last night too. So I think they're the surprise packet so far.
Absolutely. Well, it's a big surprise packet, but a quick one. Who would you say has not lived up to the expectations that we had pre-season?
To be perfectly honest, probably Adelaide City. They picked up some real quality players during the off-season, and we thought they were going to start really, really strongly. I mean, they're up there, but they're not leading, and it's maybe a few more teams at the top than just the initial couple we probably anticipated.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about Sturt as well, because Sturt unfortunately didn't win last night. They gave the first win ever to Adelaide Comets. They managed to get their first 3 points this season. But last week they played Adelaide United at home, and it was a huge game down there. Some big goals. Joey Garuccio scored a brace. Harry Crawford, who actually went on to score an Adelaide United goal today, the equaliser, in fact, against Auckland to make it 1-1 in that first leg, scored an incredible free kick against Sturt.
Yeah, it was an interesting one with Adelaide United hitting the lead and Sturt coming back, but that absolute cracker from Harry Crawford late, it was so interesting, really wide of the wall, and it came back in, and there was no chance for Sturt's keeper to get to that in the end.
Definitely not, but some great goals there from Sturt as well. So Gonzalo Rodriguez scoring some crackers as usual, as you expect from someone his calibre. But also talking about big goals as well. Last night, 2-2 between these two top of the table teams, Playford and West Torrens Bacalla. But after 90 minutes, they went on to score another 2 goals to still equalise and make it 3-3. What a great game, and a testament to the two teams who've had a cracking first opening 9 rounds.
Yeah, and a little bit of a roller coaster of emotions late, because Playford at one point would have been celebrating when they went in front via Mullen, but then it was West Torrens Bacalla that scored a second goal after 90 minutes to put themselves in front. I think one thing that was interesting about that one to me is the fact that it's been pretty tight at Jack Smith Park for the top teams against Bacalla.
Yep.
Adelaide City obviously played them. They didn't get the win. West Torrens Bacalla only scored 1, and Metro's a 0-0 draw. So big result, and an interesting one for Playford and West Torrens Bacalla. Absolutely.
It's going to be good. Burks are a strong side now, but Playford have come back. They've been able to get these to be able to get to this point now with goal difference, which helped them against Player Hills a couple of weeks ago at home.
Yeah, it's good. They made a couple of good pickups during the off-season. Babasaki's one of them, and a couple of players coming back into form as well. So we'll see as the team goes on, have they got the depth to continue?
Well, let's talk about Adelaide City tonight as well, because they're the home side. They've had a big off-season recruiting big players, but they've lent on some experienced players, and one of those is Nicholas Bucco and the free kicks that he does. We know he's a massive, big goal scorer, and when he does step up to those big occasions, he does deliver.
Yeah, the big one for me that comes to mind is that game at TK Shutter against Metro Stars. It was so opportunistic of him to score. It was from a long way out, and it looked like Cody Osterreich was expecting the players to come in and offer a little bit of support. Wilco thought, no, I could probably do this on my own, and had a crack, and there was no way that Cody Osterreich was going to get in front of that in the end.
Absolutely, and also in regards to free kicks, he's not the only one. Asaka Psumovic, as we just saw, came in and scored a great goal. 3 goals so far since adding to Adelaide City.
Yeah, it's incredible the attacking prowess that Adelaide City have added. Francesco Scamizzi coming in, he's playing off the bench as well. Obviously got Costanzo too, but Kasumovic has been a fantastic first choice striker and showing his quality, especially from the spot.
And they definitely want to try and add to that as well now, because tonight they want to use that to their favour, because Campbelltown City, they're 3 points behind them, and the 3 points for them is going to bring them in line with points on the ladder, and also bring them into the top 6 in Campbelltown City's into about them, actually.
Yeah, we usually see a pretty tight mid-table, and that seems to be the fact against this year, but I guess maybe the edge of that top 3-4 seems to be getting a little bit closer to that mid-mark, so 3 points would be massive for Campbelltown tonight.
I'm sure it would be. Talking about experienced heads at Adelaide City, on the other side of things, Campbelltown City, they have actually relied on some young players this year. They've given them the faith, they showed them the faith. 5 players, in fact, have come up as NPL debutants this year through their youth ranks. One of those was Julian Ialeggio, who actually returned the favour by scoring a brace in actually what happened to be his debut NPL senior goal this season against Para Hills Knights, and what a great way to do it, but get a double in that game as well.
Yeah, I think Campbelltown actually have a really nice mix of youth and experience. You look at that particular game, Maury also managed to get a brace in that one, and they picked up a couple of big names as well. From across town, Comets, they picked up Jaden Labasso and Daniel Vaughan as well, so they've got the young players coming through, they're bringing experience in, which, it's a nice mix. Hopefully we'll probably see them gel further as the season gets a little bit deeper in.
Yeah, definitely. So, well, let's take a look, because today's round 9, but there has been, this is going to be the final game of round 9, but let's take a look at how the results have looked so far. Last night we saw LA Comets get their very first win of the season. Massive for them. They've got a new coach coming board as well now, so that will just do wonders for their confidence.
Yeah, they'll be hoping that they can build on that momentum, so that's an interesting one. Then a little bit of maybe an upset today as well. Para Hills got their first point of the season. They have got a point against Berks earlier in the year, but unfortunately due to technical difficulties outside of their hands, got that taken away from them. But today they've come back and got themselves a point against a team that we probably wouldn't have expected, West Adelaide. And it's an interesting one too, because there was a lot of former Para Hills players that went across to West Adelaide. So you do wonder, was there maybe a little bit of history between some of the players playing there? But huge result for Para Hills.
And also happening, down at Barossa today, Adelaide United went down 6-1. Against Metro Stars, so a massive win, and I'm sure the wineries are going to really enjoy the celebrations down there tonight as well.
On tour.
Metro on tour, yeah, that's for sure.
That's a huge result, and one of the goal scorers I saw that got a brace, probably a little bit unexpectedly, Noah McNamara, as a centre back, getting a couple of goals to his name.
I'm sure he'll be down at Penfolds tonight, that's for sure. Maybe a bin. What's one of the good bins? Bin something, bin 100. I don't know what they are.
I prefer not to drink out of the bin myself.
No, the actual bin number. But we're not wine connoisseurs here at all. We're football connoisseurs.
That's it.
Let's take a look at the live ladder now as well. As it stands, currently Beer Grab were 2-0 up. Heading into this pre-game show in their game against Croydon. But let's take a look at that ladder. Hasn't changed too much at the top with regards to the top 2. Last night's draw kept equal peggings there at the top. So very tight there, but in the middle side of things, of the table, it was very close as well, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very tight. And I think the draw at Jack Smith last night probably did the teams a little bit further down a little bit of a favour, just making that sure that no one could break too far away and just keeping it relatively compact. So, but as you said, mid-table is so close, not too many points separating, the team in 5th all the way down to 10th, 11th. Well,
LA Comets getting those 3 points as well down the bottom of the ladder has reduced the gap now, only by 2 wins. So 6 points from West Adelaide. Para Hills has done them a favour.
Yeah, and we still are relatively early in the season as well.
Yeah.
In fact, we're almost halfway through, but that means we've got a hell of a lot of season left to go, which is great news, especially for those teams like Comets and also Para Hills, who we mentioned earlier.
Absolutely. Well, tonight is all about these two teams, Adelaide City and Campbelltown City. These two teams are ready to get the ball rolling. We're not far away from kickoff. Big predictions? Any predictions?
I'm expecting a close game, really tough fought, and I think it might get physical, but a good one for the neutral, I think.
Yes, I'm sitting next to the Campbelltown City bench, so I'm going to say that I reckon it's in favour of the history. So it may be history may repeat here tonight. I think Comets might get the win. Campbelltown might get the win.
They just looked over. I think they approve of this message.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, we better wrap things up. Don't go anywhere on the other side yourself. You get up in the commentary box, and Seb O'Neill will be joining us for kickoff.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Tom Wren for sport. Jade Robran on the scene as it happens. Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide. Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local, and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Another goal!
Two clubs steeped in history in South Australia. Adelaide City originally dating back to 1946 and Campbelltown to 1963. But it is here in Oakden where we see the two face off in the current day, in their current form. Both sides looking to return to the summit of the league table, but coming off disappointing losses last week and looking to bounce back against one another. Tonight isn't to be an easy one for this evening's combatants. Campbelltown City with their first loss in 5 matches last week against Croydon, but Adelaide City with 2 defeats on the trot now in a fixture which they haven't won at Adelaide City Park since Friday the 18th of February 2022, 4 years, 2 months and 21 days ago. The battle is to be sure enticing, intense, and with great players in outstanding form on both sides. Who knows what is to occur over the next 90 minutes of football. We are here at Adelaide City Park for round 9 in the men's RAA NPL South Australia, and it's Adelaide City versus Campbelltown City. I'm your lead commentator, Seb O'Neill. alongside Simon Jimenez. Simon, you made it back up in time from the pre-game. Lovely to have you.
We did. They've been keeping me very busy today, but I'm glad that it's going to end tonight. A great fixture to finish off round 9. And Saturday night football, a privilege to be here with you, Seb.
Absolutely. Plenty of football which you would have heard about in the pre-game, but the final match of this round, not too far away now. We'll look at the lineups in a moment as we see a crowd certainly building here at Adelaide City Park. We'll go through those starting lineups, starting with the home side of Adelaide City. 4 changes as Nell out of the match day squad entirely after coming off at half-time. Torrens Burkalla from that match as well. In comes Nicholas Franchisi, Georgia Season, Lewis, Laurie Latanzia. Adelaide now looking to bounce back into form, of course. Head coach is Vaspas. For Campbelltown City, they'll be missing their top goal scorer last week against Croydon and Josh Murray due to an injury. And in comes a very experienced Mark Marino, still looking for his first goal this season, his 3rd match and first start. The experience of Daniel Vaughan returns with Matt Santafanti making way. Labasso up front, a player to watch with his 5 goal contribution in 6 matches, 2 of those goal assists. Head coach is Daniel Mullen. Certainly a big rivalry as well between these two sides. 2 Italian clubs, of course, as well. Sure to get a good turnout, and I'm sure plenty of feist in the next 90 minutes or so.
We hope so, but there's so much to play for these 2 teams too. Adelaide City, I think it's probably safe to say they didn't get the sort of start to the season that we thought. I think at this time of the season I probably expected to see them in around the top 2, given how they recruited in the off-season. Campbelltown as well, they picked up a couple of big names, and I think they've struggled maybe a little bit as well, but it's such an important part of the season. Adelaide City want to start climbing the ladder. Campbelltown want to start closing the gap. Again, so much quality on both of these sides, and I think 3 points is going to be like gold tonight.
Absolutely. We've seen how the table has shaped up over this past weekend. Plenty, as you said, interesting results to say the least around the place. We'll, of course, go through those as the night progresses and as perhaps things become more relevant. Only just now, FK Beergrad defeating Croydon 2-0 at Regency Park. That one only just finishing about 5 minutes ago. Big week for Adelaide City as well, of course. They do have their cup match this Tuesday against Cumberland United. Of course, one more and they're away. One more. Let me reiterate, one more win and then they're into that qualifying final, in which then they can possibly go to the Australia Cup round of 32, which, again, for a club such as Adelaide City in a big anniversary year would be a very big dangling carrot for them.
Yeah, it's huge for them. I think overall Adelaide City, their overarching goal, one thing that they'd love to do is get back on that stage, on that national stage, on a little bit more of a permanent basis. So every opportunity that they do have to prove themselves against the best clubs in Australia, it's something that they'll absolutely relish.
As we see both sets of players walk out onto the field of play, led by our refereeing staff in the middle, Curtis Wordsworth, and assistant referees Dion Turner and Zach Britton. You'll be able to see, of course, Mother's Day tomorrow. Players walking out with their mums.
Very nice gesture, I think. Gives it a bit more of a sense of pageantry when they come out as well. They got mum rather than the junior mascots tonight. It's good.
I got a bit of both, really.
Yeah. Some players doubling up.
Jordan Elsey running away from his. No, very good to see. Of course, you see Alex Mullen, the captain. 2 other Mullins on the bench in Matt Mullen and Daniel Mullen as well.
There is. I'll sort that out.
And then about 1 billion others. It is very good to see from both sides. Even in what I'm sure the atmosphere right now is very friendly, very nice. In the next 15 minutes, I anticipate that changing ever so slightly.
Might even change in the stands a little bit. There's a lot of proud mums that might start exchanging words. And just in the shot behind, the ground will start to fill up a little bit as well as some of the mums and children start to make their way around and fill this out a little bit.
This match was a part of a doubleheader today here at Adelaide City Park with their WSL side. Against the Cove, coming out 2-0 winners. There were Adelaide City in their bid to try and return to the WNPL. Chasing down Sturt Lions at the moment. As captains Alex Mullen and Nicholas Bucco go for the coin toss. 2 names almost synonymous with football here in SA. Probably out of the... If I asked you to name 5 people you associate with the game here, they probably come in that.
I think that'd be, a couple of the first names that come up. I was going to give you a bit of a test on the spot here as well. I know you're a stats man. How many games have they got between them?
Don't test me with things I don't know.
Trying to think of the last milestone that they each... But you'd have to think it's probably in excess of 700 between them. I think, would that be a fair assessment?
Bucco at the age of 37 now. Alex Mullen, 34.
Kenya, yes? Kenya, yes? Yeah, no stress.
It's a little bit eerily quiet at the ground at the moment, I think, but a couple of minutes delay before the game getting underway. But I think as soon as it starts, the fans that have come here tonight are going to find their voices and create a nice atmosphere.
Just about ready to get kicked off in the final match of this round.
Curtis Wadsworth's just having a quick chat with the Adelaide City bench. Not quite sure what they're just taking a moment to sort out here.
Might be something with the net. I'm not too where Johnny Kecko has placed himself, but he might get an early opportunity to chime in. We are just awaiting as to what the exact stoppage is at the moment.
The net seems to be the word coming from just below us, so we've got some electrical tape in the car, but it's probably a little bit too much of a dash.
Game was originally scheduled to kick off at about 7 p.m. About 8 minutes past time, leaving us with time to fill
the net
very smoothly.
Looks
Actually,
like
a bit of
some help
both
now.
nets.
Both nets even.
Looking at it. John Hall applying some of the tape himself. The perfect start to a football match, I must say, Simon.
I do find that a little bit funny, John Hall being making double duty, both maintenance at the ground and I mean, that's what happens when you're the tallest guy in the room. He's great at getting things off the top shelf, I'm sure. And now the run down the other end to deliver the electrical tape there.
Both nets look to be bedded. And we might finally get to playing some football. Or do we? I think the other net still needs to be fixed, maybe.
Johnny Kecko's on the boundary for us tonight. Maybe it's time for him to run over and jump on somebody's shoulders.
Yeah, so Johnny, just give us a quick clarification of what is going on.
Well, it does sound like, or look like that it is obviously the net needs to be done, so they're just fixing it up at the moment. But you can see Maj Ibrahim, the assistant coach, sorry, got to get my words out. Assistant coach here is having to go and help out and try and get it done on the one of the nets. Obviously, John Hall earlier was doing it. But my question is going to be, how long is that going to last? After like a Nicholas Bucco goal, that net is going to go flying. And I can just see that tape coming straight off, especially with this dew in the air at the moment. It's absolutely freezing down here. And my legs are like wet already just from the residue tonight. So, boys, I don't know how you're doing up there, but it's wet down here.
We're doing okay for now, Johnny, but here's a bit of a suggestion. I'm not sure if you want to run out and give it zip ties. They're usually good for that. If you can't fix it with zip ties or gaffer tape, it ain't going to be fixed.
True. Zip ties and gaffer tape, but I don't have either of those on me tonight.
Yep. Well, maybe it's time to start being resourceful, Johnny.
We might need to. We're going to be here for a while, so we might need to keep this conversation going, I reckon. We might be delayed by a little bit, but it's all good.
Well, Daniel Vaughan, we just saw climbing the crossbar like it's monkey bars, trying to get the tape over.
This is what happens when we're left to our own devices to fill a little bit of time. Johnny's just offered to run over and help out a little bit, but I don't think he's got the height or the arm span to offer much in terms of value this time around.
Certainly not the height.
Well, the tape's coming for a quick run back to the bench now, so I think we might finally have a little bit of football.
There's a football match going on, Simon?
Almost.
He's nearly ready.
We look to be ready to get started. 7:11 the time now. James Boffa to take kickoff and get us started here. Finally, the end of round 9, set to kick off now here at Adelaide City Park. And Jordan O'Doherty is the one to launch and find Labasso. Across the back line now with Elsie. Has missed a few games already at the start of this season, has Jordan Elsie. Very important player for them at the back, of course, so much experience. Comes with his name as he gets on the end of this one here. Now with Daniel Vaughan, another experienced player in the goalkeeping position. As this one goes down the lane and rolls out of play.
On the topic of Jordan Elsie, I think one thing that Campbelltown have possibly been lacking a little bit the last time I've called their matches is just not quite as clinical as they need to be going forward. Those long balls to the likes of Maury, Labasso, they aren't quite placed as well as they should be, so they haven't been creating the same amount of opportunity. So with Elsie coming back into the side, hopefully that's something that they can shore up a little bit for Campbelltown.
Daniel Vaughan, joined from Comets last year where he kept the 6 clean sheets. It's a loose one back perhaps from Alex Mullen, which will have to be chased down by Jordan Maricic, and he'll clear right behind us here.
Just on the topic of Daniel Vaughan, a little bit of chatter online after the season once the Team of the Year came out. Some people thought he was done a little bit dirty not being included in the Team of the Year. Had a couple of chats to people saying he was one of the hardest working keepers given the record that Comets had last year. But off the record, absolutely one of the most respected names.
Long throw coming from Croucher. Headed away. Mullen just putting his body in the way of the ball, but it was a foul and a free kick anyway for Campbelltown City.
That's one way that Mullen age hasn't wearied him. Still aggressive and brave as ever. It's a sort of leader he is.
It goes long from Daniel Vaughan. Pete using Conant to try and get the touchdown. Now with Boffa again. Back with Elsie. Uses the close option of Maricic. Now all the way back to Daniel Vaughan. Adelaide City starting the season well, but with 2 disappointing defeats to Sturt Lions in round 7, and then last week 1-0 to West Torrens Burkalla. Just probably having a tough time at the moment, at least. Campbelltown themselves last week 2-1 down to Croydon at home. For that, hadn't lost in their last 4 matches. So it is really a story of 2 sides trying to, although early in the season somewhat, still just trying to put themselves back on the right track, which they of course want to be towards that top end of the table, especially Campbelltown, a side who just missed out on finals last year, Simon.
Yeah, and I think given some of the key players they brought into both sides as well, perhaps it does take a little bit longer to adapt and gel as a group. But both of these teams at their best is quite a scary thought. They just have to sort of get that consistency.
O'Doherty trying to shape up on the edge of the box, but just cut off any sort of angles. Goal kick.
Harrison Connors, a player that I've really enjoyed watching since coming over to Campbelltown on that right side, that far side for us at the moment. So watch for him creating opportunities.
Para Hills, which he joined from this season, also of the Mulberry Jets, where he played as a part of that Australia Cup run in which they ended by facing MacArthur. Labasso puts a low ball in, and that's the first touch of the football for John Hall, after only really handing electrical tape for the past 20 minutes or so. Quickly launching forward here, Adelaide City. That one will stay in and go out for a throw on that far side.
They're a real danger when they're on the break like that, Adelaide City. One game comes to mind against Metro Stars a little bit earlier this year. That was a game that seemed that maybe Metro were controlling for the most part, but every time Adelaide City did find themselves on the break, they just looked so dangerous that you never quite felt comfortable from a Metro Stars defending perspective.
That header goes away. Bit of miscommunication there from Conant leaves Boffa very vulnerable in committing the foul as well, as we take a look at that on replay. It was the leaning in of the head there, and then with that, and then that between Boffa and just unable to get the way out of it. But it is a free kick for Adelaide City, as Coach Daniel Mullen asked the question of the assistant referee on this close side. Of course, very familiar with this fixture himself. Daniel Mullen was sent off in it back in 2022, as that's a low one. That whistles past that post, and will be a corner as well. Again, a good free kick, just narrowly missing.
Did that take a deflection on the way in that kept it down, possibly?
That seems to be the case, as they have a corner here through Bucco. Chasing a third championship and premiership is Nicholas Bucco, delivering in this corner, palmed away by Daniel Vaughan and then cleared, I think, by O'Doherty. That was. City playing from the back. Corbo, who's returned to the club this year after being with Adelaide Croatia Raiders last year in that unfortunate relegation campaign. Although still had that one game in the Australia Cup round of 32 against Cooks Hill United at their home ground. It was a great evening for them. Hint of offside, and the flag does go up. Alex Mullen. Kenya Fujinami now with Mark Marino returning to the starting 11 for the first time this season. Certainly not a bad replacement for Josh Murray's Mark Marino. As we see Jordan O'Doherty on the ball here. He whips an across, which is headed away. Malisi into Connant. Has it taken off of him by Oliver Weston.
He's one of those Adelaide City breaks, but Campbelltown did well in that instance to stifle it.
Oliver Weston to take this throw in. Goes short to Bucco. And he just loses his footing.
Yeah.
That one breaks out. Have options in the box if the cross can come in. Cash it in for a corner.
Kasumovic was in a lot of space just at the back post that time, calling for it, but that corner just being cut out early. He was just in front of us a moment, Asad Kasumovic, to the pick-up for Adelaide City, and I just realised that I hadn't seen him playing in the flesh as of yet, because he's got quite a notable bit of height on him.
Another corner for Adelaide City, 10 minutes in. Will be Booker on the right boot. Goes low. That headers upwards. Sumovic and then Elsie to get the final touch away. Weston, a strong header out wide left. Does stay on side. It is right up against Malisi. Trying to look for the cutback. Boffer's there instead. All by himself up here is Mark Marino. Right up against Ollie Weston. And it's just a stray arm from Mark Marino.
He had a bit of a fight on his hands there, Marino, just trying to keep both Oliver Weston at bay, plus there was another Adelaide City player coming to support that as well, but Marino defending his ground.
Header away, but only right towards Jaden Labasso. Likely chased down by Kenya Fujinami. And another new signing. Signing from the Victorian State League 2 with Mill Park, which over there is actually their 5th division in Victoria. And that's a poor cross that goes right into the canteen. And we'll need a new ball to continue on.
Yeah.
Second place last year for Adelaide City. Finishing on 39 points. Of course, just behind Metro Stars. And part of their period of dominance, you could call it, at least in a league sense, over the past few years, although this year the guard looks to be changing at this point in time, possibly, with the likes of Burkalla, Playford, and even these two sides to an extent looking to challenge that top of the table. Boffa, this ball over the top, goes right towards John Hall. Just to finish on that point, from a neutral perspective, it is good to see a more competitive top of the table than perhaps previously, as when we have seen Metro Stars perhaps win it with a couple rounds to spare.
Yeah, for sure, but it also keeps those teams that are up the top challenged and accountable as well, because remember, that top spot does qualify you for the Australian Championship now, and you need to have a level of competitiveness and to be ready to go at the end of the NPLSA season. So you want that challenge throughout the year. You want to be feeling sharp, especially at a time of year where you got tired bodies. You might be feeling a little bit wary, and you really have to be ready to go, because we saw how sharp and impressive especially those teams from Victoria are. But Adelaide City almost made it all the way to the grand final. It was only in penalties against Croydon here that they just missed out. And look what Croydon went on to do. That late goal won them the grand final. Now they're still trying to back up their efforts, I get, just to show that they are the real deal during the league. But again, it's so tight at the moment.
Marino was able to pounce on the loose ball, but the effort from range was ambitious. As we look at this replay, of course, Mark Marino just had a few injury problems to start off this season, and with Josh Murray as well in some career best form, might I say, at this point in time. Hard to displace the likes of Conant and Labasso as well up front.
I think that possibly there's been times where perhaps his service has been lacking a little bit as well. I think if that had been as quality as he is generally, I think he'd be standing out even more so this year.
Great ball from Boffa towards Labasso. That one comes in low, but is swept up cleanly. Strong one in there. City keep it though. First time over the top. Leaves Yuki Kitano in forward. Yuki Kitano goes wide of that post. Looking to add to his 6 goals already this season.
Again, Adelaide City on the break. Yuki Kitano did fairly well under a little bit of heavy pressure from the Campbelltown defender there in Jordan Maricic, as you can see. Just that place where they're so dangerous, Adelaide City.
Gitano on screen there, perhaps a player who didn't show himself too much last year. Maybe expected a bit more after, especially coming from Marconi, where he was an NPL New South Wales champion with them. But this season, in his second year with City, things have just started to click more so, which again from a City perspective is good to see, especially with a foreign player. They're often the ones that you can't afford to not play at times, I think, and you need to have them perform at high levels almost consistently and constantly.
Yeah, that's probably fair to say. You know, he showed in moments how great he is, what a quality player he is, but yeah, it's that consistency that you expect from a foreign player that you bring in. Just watching something interesting with the setup of Campbelltown. Looks like between Labasso and Fujinami, they're both sort of rotating positions on that wide left-hand side. There's an interesting stat for you, Seb.
3 shots apiece so far in this opening 50 minutes, thanks to the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions.
Beautifully delivered. And you know what, Seb? Chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with RAA.
Had to one-up me, didn't you?
Team effort.
Fairly end-to-end opening 15 minutes so far we've had here in Oakton. As that one falls over the top, nearly able to get the touch on. Labasso is continuing his run on, although hounded out. And comes back for the free kick, as we will cross down to Johnny Kecko after a frantic 16 minutes. Plenty of action as well, we can hear from down on the bench too.
There's been a lot of talk down here, very vocal from the Campbelltown City side obviously, but the crowd as such, so it's very moderate crowd down here tonight for a Saturday night kickoff, but weather conditions tonight here, currently 11.1 degrees, gone down 0.3 degrees in the last few minutes, and a 50% chance of 0 mils of rain to come tonight. So it won't be too wet out here, other than the dew that's currently setting on the pitch, keeping it nice and moist.
Fingers crossed, no rain whatsoever. As this long ball comes in, Labasso furthest forward to try and get on the end.
Saw what you did there, Johnny, talking about the moisture level.
That one flicked on O'Doherty, trying to get a poke. Novachu just stuck in his own little area here. Nice turn. Finds the pass through. Kitano slid in by Elsing. And times that tackle to perfection. Does the former Adelaide United and Newcastle Jet.
Rest of the toughness of Kitano, who just shook that off as well. It looked like a pretty hard tackle and got up, gave him a quick look and just kept walking.
You can see there as well, was quick to get the handshake from Elsie, but then Elsie immediately grabbing onto the back of Catano's shirt. Respecting each other, but still games the game. That's a nice ball over the top. Crutchia has Buko and Kasumovic at the back post if he does opt to use them. Buko, and then a first-time strike. Goes wide. Flag's actually gone up as well for offside.
I think it might have been Buko prior, possibly, but creative use, creative link-up between Karachi and Buko there, just using him as that quick 1-2. Karachi probably ended up on a little bit more of an angle than he would have liked, but a worthy crack at goal nonetheless.
Just on that weather that Johnny mentioned as well, I was at Para Hills versus West Adelaide not too long ago today. That was about 16 or 17 degrees, and that was probably the coldest I'd commentated so far this year, and this has already most certainly beaten that. But most certainly a football night as well, I think the players will appreciate, rather than what we've had in past weeks where, you know, sometimes it is a bit too hot for the players as Labasso chases down a loose ball.
Well, some good news and bad news for you. The bad news is it's probably going to get colder throughout the season, Seb. The good news, though, is this is a winter game, as we're always reminded when we whinge about the weather. So it's nothing we, or probably more importantly, the players can't handle.
I'm sure we'll see the long sleeves come into action. Certainly one of our commentators, Alessio Crocci, big fan of the long sleeve.
Looks like Asad Kasumovic is a fan of the long sleeves. He's got them out relatively soon in the season as well.
Elsie. Tano just putting on the pressure, as is Buko to Warren. It's his first time. Mullen doesn't win that header. Ball back for a free kick. Looking at that one on replay. Just a loose leg. Giving that one away. Referee Curtis Wordsworth gets to the whistle and gives the free. O'Doherty to try and make something of it. It's not a bad delivery, and the header is too. I think that perhaps an assisting header, looking for another option in the box rather than a shot on goal.
Interestingly, Mullen just went to ground. Looked like after he landed, he sort of bounced awkwardly and went straight down. Whatever that was, he's getting up and shaking it off. Closer look at it here.
He just landed a bit awkwardly.
Yeah.
More than anything, Mullen.
Maybe a little bit of a ankle twist or something, but a player of his experience will probably look to just run that one off.
Ball switched wide, and it's a good one. Kasumovic. Down the wing for Catano. Finds one in the middle. Had Giorgio Parhas as the closest option to try and get a touch on that ball final. It's a poor giveaway. Flicked on by Catano, and he'll receive it a second time. Conant trying to put in his defensive duties. Malisi just trying to relieve Campbelltown of any pressure at the moment. Mullen holds it up well and plays it through. Oliver Weston with a good challenge in on Harrison Conant. A player who's perhaps been not benefited by the arrival of Noah Smith midway through last year. Was still their young player. But now with Noah Smith out, can return to the side. Very young, promising young player too. Buko. Shouts of on and offside, but play continues and the flag doesn't go up. They continue on, that one on goal, and then Kasumovic to follow up. Asad Kasumovic with his 4th of the season. And there'll be plenty of conversations had about whether this was on or offside.
Well, the conversations have already started just below us. We saw as the linesman was tracking back, he was saying it's on, it's on, it's on. The flag was firmly down, and already the Campbelltown bench and supporters were saying it wasn't. We'll get a quick look at it now.
He might have just been on the halfway line. We didn't get the full look there, but if I'm in the mind of the assistant referee and I'm having to be honest, a guess at what could have happened there, that's what I'm seeing. But I reckon the ball must have been played as he was on the halfway line.
Well, the Campbelltown bench are asking for answers around it. I'd be very curious to see another replay of that. It was a very quick break for Adelaide City.
Nonetheless, Asad Kasumovic back on the score sheet. Last scored in that round 6 win against Para Hills. Of course, they haven't scored in the last 2 matches. Campbelltown quickly trying to get one back of their own as Mullen puts in a good challenge. Joining from Oakley Cannons this year, of course, where he has been interstate since leaving the Adelaide United youth team. City come forward again here, putting in a ball. First to get there is Jordan Maricic, giving away for the corner.
It's an interesting look at the replay because I could have sworn live that it looked like Catano was well offside, but the replay tells a little bit of a different story. So I guess maybe a bit of an example of how sometimes it is a little bit hard to judge.
Just behind play as well, Mark Marino is down at the halfway line. Don't know if we'll be able to get that for you on screen, but the current Campbelltown striker just sat on the floor for the moment.
I'm not encouraged by his body language at the moment as well. He's getting a little bit of treatment, and he's in a deep conversation at the moment.
Just getting help back to his feet now. Off screen.
Just testing it out now. I believe he'll probably continue, although they'll watch him pretty closely.
There it is now. Doesn't seem too positive about the outcome.
Yeah, his expression doesn't paint a great picture, and Daniel Mullen looks like he's just put his thinking cap on now as well, deciding what to do. Looks like he's going to try run it off, and he re-enters the pitch.
That one corner, they were temporarily down to 10, but we'll see how long Mark Marino has it in. And he's not fit to continue, clearly. And Campbelltown will be forced into a change.
It's really disappointing to see.
Again, only his first start of this season was plagued with injury at the start of it. For a player such as Mark Marino, who we know what he's capable of, we've seen it for many years now, 30 years of age. A very disappointing thing to see. City will bring on Julian Ieleggio. Scored his first goals as a part of a brace against Para Hills 2 weeks ago.
That's a disappointing way to end the night for Marino. On the flip side, though, a chance for Julian Ieleggio to impress us once more. I imagine he probably would have been used at some stage in this game, just not at this early stage.
Corner comes in. It was a good corner, in fact. Had Daniel Vaughan very troubled. Conant boots it forward.
Now, I wonder if we're going to see a little bit of a turn of momentum just following that stoppage. It's been maybe favouring Adelaide City a little bit over the last 5 or 10 minutes, I think it's fair to say. Game's spent a lot of time in transition, but I think Adelaide City have probably been a little bit more quality in that area. We've seen opportunities, including the one that they capitalised on.
John Hall having to header that one away. Just being caught out of his own box. Catano, Bucco, now Parhas. Cheesy. Narrowed Abichu.
Adelaide City now just slowing things down a little bit for the first time tonight.
Central ball. Legio going first time back out wide towards Conant, but doesn't get there in front of his opposing number 23 in Yared Abitu. Collision on the far side goes the way of a City throw. Taken quickly. LC towards O'Doherty. Just caught on the ball there. That's a risky one. And a handball too. An attempted disguise of it by Kasumovic, but pretty clear in the end.
Actually missed that. How was his who me?
Hall. It's a poor clearance, uncharacteristically by John Hall. Rising high for that header. Half an hour in. Bucco doesn't get there first, but instead gets the corner. We see those stats come back up on screen. 5 shots to Campbelltown's 3. 5 of those for Adelaide City, though, are on target. And with that 1-0 scoreline certainly showing they've been the dominant side so far. Look at that, 8 fouls to none for Adelaide City. A clean game from them too.
The Adelaide City are the sort of team that brings that out. Again, just with how quickly they break.
Another good delivery. Punched away by Vaughan. Get a second bite at it, will Bucco. Opts to go himself instead, claiming that he was fouled. But his cries fall the deaf ears. Sumovic.
And now again, Adelaide City just slowing things down a little bit. There's a long way to go till the half-time break, but they are in the box seat now. They're creating opportunities when they do get forward. They can, I guess, be patient and pick their moments. Back three just sharing around now. Franchisi gone very wide on the right, but that delivery chooses the left-hand side.
Yeah, the switch ball from Parhas. Still trying to make his way down. Stuck between 2 players in red. And Nicholas Bucco, assertive in what he thinks was not a foul.
Well, he's a character around South Australian football, and he's at his animated best just there.
I think he's just clipped him. However much he disagrees.
Well done to the cameraman for capturing that. That's brilliant.
Still is remonstrating is Bucco. Offer. Conant is caught. Now O'Doherty. Another part of that Aubrey Jet side of last year, which went down on the final day. Mullen almost becoming the beneficiary of a loose touch of the ball. O'Doherty. Now Malisi. And Alex Mullen again. Conant goes wide. Another ball comes in across the face of goal. It will roll all the way out for a very slow and patient build-up, perhaps, from Campbelltown as the approach tonight.
Yeah, which is a little bit different from maybe what we've seen as of late. Again, minus Murray, that quick breaking option isn't available there. But come to think of it, we haven't really seen a lot of attack at all from them maybe over the last 15 minutes or so. So it's the first, feels like the first time in a little while that they've actually played into that opposition half for any length of time anyway. He's just starting to hit up a little bit like the looks of it. A little bit of a bump from Boffer on Asaka Simovic there.
Last match for these two. Round 20 of last year, a 1-0 win at Steve Woodcock for Adelaide City. A Bruce Kamau goal just past the half hour, which we're at now. The only goal of that match. The star jumps as O'Doherty puts in a ball. And Hall captures easily, even with the benefit of his height.
He was standing the mark like he was playing footy there. Not something you see every day from this particular code, but given his height and his wingspan, it might be an effective way to throw off the kicker. Daniel Warren's in full voice. Back to Campbelltown, directing the troops.
Just having to calm things down. 10 minutes left in the half.
We said Adelaide City haven't put a huge dent in Campbelltown, but I think overall they could be pretty comfortable with how they've dominated the attack. Campbelltown are just going to have to rethink how they're going to tackle this going forward, especially with Marino coming off a little bit earlier. Might have to do some recalibration at half-time.
Alex Mullen now down on the floor. Of course, did have that moment about 10 minutes ago where he did go down. In fact, he's handed his captain's armband over. It'll be another forced substitution for Campbelltown City. Really worst case scenario stuff for the away side tonight. Losing two senior players.
He just got the handshake from Nicholas Bucco and then Bradley Caldwell as well. So unfortunately, I think it's a bit of a farewell shake. And we did see earlier that just on the edge of the 18-yard box when Campbelltown played it long, he landed very awkwardly. And I can see he's clearly limping. I'm not sure if that's the affected foot. I believe it is that left ankle that's affecting him. He probably played on about 10 minutes or so on it, but if he's a serious enough twist, it's enough to take him out of the game, which looks like that's exactly what's going to happen.
We'll head down to Johnny Keck on the sidelines to give us confirmation of what's going on the touchline. Johnny?
Yes, it does look like it's a night for Alex Mullen, unfortunately, another injury. And right as we speak, Leon Bruno is coming on, getting ready to come on for this second half, to take over, sorry. So not not the great start Campbelltown were looking to have, and obviously a bit of frustration coming out there on the bench as well with that injury. So very not the start Campbelltown were hoping to have here tonight.
Thanks, Johnny. Adam Leon Bruno, as you said, coming on.
I think it's interesting because we saw the foul count come up earlier and it was 8-0. Campbelltown with a higher figure before.
And they're coming off second best.
Coming off second best, but I think maybe that's a little bit of an indication of how difficult it can be against Adelaide City, just because they are so quick, because they do break so quickly. It does mean it's a bit of a physical challenge to come against them. You know, there's different types of physicality. Often we talk about the contact when we say physicality. That's what's an interchangeable word for. But, you know, when you're just dealing with breakneck speed and decision-making the whole time, it can be very, very difficult.
Still only 23 is Adam Leon Bruno, just coming on. But has international experience at a Under-17 Asian Cup back in 2018. Even scored at that tournament in the quarter-final against Indonesia, which they won 3-2. Long ball over the top. That ball's come through. Labasso was the one that was fouled. 5 minutes left in the half as we take a look at that one on replay. That ball goes long. Maricic. Another long ball down that wing. And that is a foul.
Just to go back to that earlier, well, the two changes we've seen so far, Seb, experience has been exchanged for youth with Alex Munn, 34 years of age, or 35, I think I heard you say earlier. Mark Marino, 30 years of age, and Adam Leon Bruno, just 23, coming on, and Julian Villeggio, just 18 years of age. So can the young players make a bit of a difference going forward for Campbelltown?
Those two names making way. Plenty of experience and history on their side. Speaking of history, Football Australia is taking part in South Australia's History Festival this May, hosting a series of sessions at Service FM Stadium exploring the history of the game in our state, titled One Round Ball: Football's Connections Across South Australia. The sessions look at how football has brought communities together across generations, from grassroots to the global stage, through stories, memorabilia and personal experiences. Sessions run across May and are free to attend, but bookings are required. You can find more information via the Football South Australia website. Again, fitting with two sides. Plenty of history between them, of course. Adelaide City's 80th anniversary year this year. Campbelltown founded back in 1963.
It's bad when you're like easy
Tries to touch that one inboard. Sliding in there, but losing the ball. City looking for a breakthrough. Kasumovic goes himself, and that one's into the lot behind.
Probably going to be a little bit disappointed with his effort there, Kasumovic. Great chance on, but just a little bit wide with that. Wild, I was going to say, with that shot. Looked like he just got under it a little bit too much and skied it in the end.
Get one by Parhas, and he'll get a second go at it with his feet. It's a good challenging from O'Doherty, which leaves Parhas down on the floor.
Parhas has got up relatively quickly after that stoppage. He'll continue.
Just to go back on that stat one last time with that. Last time we saw Campbelltown having 8 fouls committed. Looking at seasonal statistics, they're actually the most foul committing team in the league so far with about 8.85 per match. So it fits.
But they've also blown that out of the water in the first half where it was already 8 as well. So, I mean, that was, I think, about 30 minutes in too. So I wonder what that counts up to now. But again, I think it also speaks to the quality of City.
Fujinami, his ball deflected off the head and back into John Hall.
Yeah, just to continue that point, when you do have a team that breaks quickly and then you're forced to be decisive and stop them, sometimes a professional foul is exactly how you have to do it. So it's a valid tactic.
Run of his own there. Gets a corner in the final 60 seconds of regular time of the first half.
And there's an example of what we just said. When you have that player breaking quickly on the wing, you have to rush to get in front of them and just stifle that run. You have to take action at that point.
Is there a second before the break for Adelaide City? Vuko again on it. Has an option short if he does wish to take it. He does do so in Laurie Latanzio. Tries to sneak one through. O'Doherty.
Maybe a little bit too cute on that occasion.
Here he comes again, Buko. Fakes the first, then puts in on the second. And the header is away on the third. Yellow joke. Who's going to win this header? We see those stats come up for one last time this half. 4 shots on target, 3 for Campbelltown. As we wait for the foul count to come up. 13-1.
What did you say the average was per match? 8 point something?
If you want the exact number, 8.85.
It's very specific. But I know my number's enough to say that 13 in the first half means we're on track to exceed that tonight.
That one kept in just about. Even with Nicholas Franchisi having to get a hug from Daniel Mullen as he was going down. Conant urged to try his luck from distance. Conant into the second minute of added time. And at complete discretion of our referee, Curtis Wordsworth.
Well, we have seen a couple of delays due to those 2 changes for Campbelltown, so there may be a couple of minutes yet.
Play comes up here for offside against Catano. Jordan Elsey with the captain's armband now after the departure of Alex Mullen. Only been with the club for a season and a half, but of course has that seniority and experience on his side, does Jordan Elsey. Has a nice flick back, which gives Campbelltown a bit of space, but the final ball unable to make its way through Franchisi. And now Conant, he gets caught late. And a free kick in a decent position for Campbelltown. Perhaps the last opportunity of the half.
We've been talking about the amount of fouls committed by Campbelltown thus far, but that's probably the most serious we've seen so far, and the yellow card gets shown to Asad Kasumovic as well.
Yeah, he's just left a leg up, I think, on that challenge against Conant. Seeing that.
Again, just a moment where you're forced to make a decision, and he's quite possibly put a halt to something pretty threatening from Connacht there.
Leon Bruno and O'Doherty on the set piece. And 2 Australian youth internationals. O'Doherty with the under 23s, is 29 now. Again, another experienced player with Adelaide, Western Sydney Wanderers, the Newcastle Jets, a stint in India as he goes on goal. He's looking for that far post, but again, nothing to challenge John Hall.
Like potentially maybe a slight mid-air bobble.
Wijanami chasing this one down under pressure. An attacking throw for City late on into the 4th, nearly the 5th minute of added time. Really, at the moment for Campbelltown, the problem seems to be more off-pitch than on-pitch. It's all the injuries that are occurring this season so far. Really seems to be the key factor as we head into the end of round 9. Almost at the halfway point already, Simon. Only 2 rounds until the fixtures reverse. As this ball comes in, kept down by Boffer, and then finds his option out. Touched by Ialeggio. Switches the ball across field. The header nothing too clean. John Hall prevents it from being a corner.
Just to finish your earlier thought there around, the off-field and the injuries for Campbelltown. It's a bit of a shame, as much as you don't want to talk about the destiny for the rest of the season, play out before the halfway point, but going into the season they would have had such high hopes with the bringing in of Jaden Labasso, with the bringing in of Daniel Vaughan to bolster their ranks, Conan as well. But things thus far not quite falling the way that they would have anticipated.
Half-time break here at Adelaide City Park. The home side leading 1-0 against Campbelltown City in the traditional rivalry between these 2 Italian clubs. Getting depleted in the first half with Alex Mullen and Mark Marino making way. But still plenty to come. Overall entertaining as we have a look at the first half highlights. And as we saw in the stats, it was heavily Adelaide City's way, you'd have to say.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say, and especially as the troops started dropping for Campbelltown, that just seemed to happen more. So I think a big recalibration needed for Campbelltown to respond to these highlights, which again, looks like they're all going one way.
You see that goal there on replay. They will be still asking those questions of was it or was it not offside, but the goal in the books and counted. Leaves us at the scoreline we sit with now at 1-0 on a chilly night here at Adelaide City Park. Here's the stats at the break. Exactly the same in terms of shots and shots on target. But as we said, that foul count is the one that's really sticking out at the moment to us, Simon.
Yeah, and I wonder if that will switch as Campbelltown have to adjust things in the second half. But shots is surprising to me that it's relatively even, both for shots and shots on target.
Don't go anywhere. We're heading off to a short break, and after that, we'll be down with Johnny Kecko for the halftime show. Halftime score, Adelaide City 1, Campbelltown City 0.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Come on! Wait up!
Is everyone ready to play?
I think the people involved, you get to meet a lot of people in football, and that's just one of the great things. Not only is the sport great, but the people involved. So fellow referees, players, coaches, even fans. I love officiating because it keeps me involved in football. I was a player, but I don't reckon I could cut it out there anymore, at least at any decent level. But as a referee, I get to be involved in higher levels of football. Keeps me involved, keeps me fit, and is great fun. I think I have a moment of this is why I do this every week. It's always good fun to get out there, and there are tough moments, but being resilient and succeeding, even just in the little things throughout a match. I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn, and as a referee you surely come across a lot of them, and I certainly have. I reckon give it a go. You will face challenges, but that's a part of it, and I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Tom Wren for sport. Jade Robran on the scene as it happens. Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide. Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local, and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
It's a chilly Saturday night down here at Adelaide City Park. A lot of dew on the grass, but the rain has held out, and it is 1-0 to the home side, Adelaide City. Currently, Kasumovic scoring that lone goal. I am alongside, well, a legend of the club, Ange Costanzo. Ange, not only is it a big game here tonight, it's also your 50th birthday. Happy birthday.
Johnny, thank you. Good to be on air. And yeah, it is unfortunately 50th today, so no better way than celebrating at a football game.
Absolutely, mate. And, well, you're not as old as the club. The club's 80 this year as well. What a special year it is. You're only 30, was my age, the club, when you were born. Yeah. But now a big year for the club. Let's talk a bit about the history of this club. We know a lot about Adelaide City, the NSL days, many titles there on a national level, a lot of titles here and locally. But what's some of the things on the cards this year to celebrate just such a great milestone? Yeah, it's a club full of history, and if you look around the ground, it shows all our premierships, and 52 or 3 Socceroos have come through the club as well. And
Our biggest do is in June the 5th. We've got our gala at the Entertainment Centre, so we're looking to get about 1,000 people there. And had Zoran Matic is coming down from Sydney, Robert Zabika, so we've got a lot of the 86 team going to be there. We've got our treble-winning NSL team's going to be there. And we were one of the first clubs to introduce women's football too, back in 97 or so. So we're one of the first teams to have a women's football team as well in the NPL. So a club full of history, which is good to see, and we're going to celebrate it big on June.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing how the celebrations go, because there's a lot of build-up going to. You had a new club song as well that you released this year as well. So a lot of things happening around the club, hopefully a title as well. So the ambitions of the club this year to obviously get some more titles in silverware? Yeah,
100%. You know, we've said from the start to Vass and the coaching group and the players, like we want to win everything. So got an FA Cup game next week against Cumberland, quarterfinals. It's going to be a tough game. Cumberland's always tough. It doesn't matter where they are, in what division they're playing, and then hopefully get into that, win the premiership and get into that Australian Championship. That's our goal. And future, we want to get into that B League, and who knows, there might be something around the corner with women's stuff as well.
Absolutely. And talking about the Australian Championship, one person that played in it, also a homecoming for yourself with a family orientation as well, like with your son, Tom Costanzo. What's it like to bring him back home as a homecoming, but also have him here at the club that is close to your heart? Yeah, it's good. Yeah, that's a club I grew up watching and wanting to play for, and he's got that opportunity. He seems to be following me at Adelaide United and then Marconi and now Adelaide City. So, but yeah, it's good to have him back. You know, he adds a lot to the group as well, and you know, his mum's very happy to have him home as well. Yes, I'm sure he'll be loving it being back here, and hopefully can get you guys to the Australian Championship. Now he's had a taste of it at up here. Yeah, 100%. You know, like I said, that's our goal as a club, and we want to win a lot of silverware. Probably in 2 or 3 years we haven't won anything, and I think we've built a good enough squad. You know, brought in we've got a bit of depth, even though we've lost 2 or 3 players. Noel Smith's out for the year with doing his knee, and Lewis Kylor's out from one of the centre backs. So we've lost a couple of players, but I think we've got enough depth to cover them and hopefully push towards that final spot as well. It's getting very tight at the top, but just very quickly, first half, what do you think of it, and what are you expecting in the second half? Yeah, it was a tight game. Early on, it was a bit cagey, and both teams were trying to find their way. But I think we got on top and got the goal we deserved, and it probably just took a lot of control of the game. And they've had a couple of injuries already, and it looks like they'll probably have another replacement at half time. So hopefully we can wear them down and get a couple more goals. Absolutely. Well, I'll let you go because a big night here. You want to try and get the 3 points, but not only that. Once again, I know you're going to hate this, but a massive happy 50th birthday once again. Any big celebrations happening tonight? Oh, I've just got it at the club here, I think, and the club can put a few drinks on for me. So if you want a drink, come into the club afterwards. It's on me. Done. We're going to be down there, that's for sure. I'm joining you. Anyway, thank you. Thanks, Ange. And, well, this week is Female Football Week. Let's have a listen right now to what it means to Nicole Corder.
I was 8 years old and watched my brothers at Bacala, and I have twin brothers. I was watching them play and thought, I want to do that. So I started playing when I was 8, played with boys up until I was about 12, then made the transition to females. I was involved in Sassy growing up, some junior young Matildas, then went to college in America for 6 years, or for 4 years, sorry, and then stayed on for a couple of years, coaching afterwards after a few injuries. Came back to Australia, really wanted to try and play professionally. Played actually for Metro United when I came back, and then moved to Salisbury Inter for 6 years, had a little bit of success there, and now I've retired and I'm getting into coaching. Watching my brothers play probably was the first inspiration, but my Opa was definitely my biggest motivator. He drove me to every single training session, every game, so I'd say that he probably had the biggest influence on my life. I had a player who I had coached in under-17s tell me that she has just started coaching in a school program, and telling me that she started to do some of the ball mastery things that she learnt under me, and I thought, man, that's a massive win. That to me is what football's all about. Of that 17th group, I had 4 out of 12 people that I had that year who have coached or are coaching still, which I think is amazing, and I think that's probably one of the most rewarding things. I think it would be awesome to see more female coaches in general, whether that's in the women's game or in the men's game. There's so much in regards to the management of players, session design, the technical detail, planning, so whether it's video review or the preview for the game ahead, there's lots there and I just love it. It's like being back at school again. Football is a fantastic way of connecting people. It can be, it ticks the competitive box, but it can also tick the social box. And I think that's something that the female game does really well, of building communities and that social aspect. So many people have said to me, like, Nicole, this is what you're meant to do.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
So sick. Welcome back to Adelaide City Park. Here between Adelaide City and Campbelltown City, 1-0 at the break, courtesy of the home side through Asad Kasumovic. I'm Seb O'Neill and Simon Jimenez. Adelaide City on top for this first half so far.
Yeah, and I think dominating. I think there are a couple pivotal moments for Campbelltown with both Mullen and Marino coming off. So it's going to be something for Campbelltown, I guess, to overcome. I think there would have been a little bit of re-strategizing at half-time. But for Adelaide City, they got the benefit of that little buffer now. They can be a little bit patient. We did see they just slowed things down at various points throughout that first half. And I think for them it might be a little bit more of the same.
Campbelltown already out of the tunnel. Adelaide City just coming now. A chilly night here in Oakden. Most certainly at 11.7 degrees.
What does it feel like, though?
Feels like I'm freezing, Simon, is what it feels like. "45 more minutes of it to go through." Campbelltown City looking to make these 45 minutes count after forced into two very big substitutions at the break. Alex Mullen and Mark Marino having to come off during the first half due to injury suffered. We'll be quicker to get this second half started than we did the first. Had that slight delay due to the nets, but we'll get back on time through Giorgio Parhas and Nicholas Bucco, who they look to go for the PSG technique from the kickoff, although he went out for a goal kick, really. It's often the crucial part of that kickoff technique is you've got to at least put it out for a throw.
It's going to be very interesting to see how Campbelltown respond in this second period. They just seemed to build momentum throughout, and then again, the two players that came off, it really played into the hands of Adelaide City. Another thing we're talking about in the lead into half-time was that foul count. Heavily, well, tilting the way of Campbelltown's maybe doesn't explain it enough, but I think it's more a case of Adelaide City forcing them into defend quite aggressively and have to commit some professional fouls where necessary.
Right back to wins the header.
Throne will be taken by Alessio Malisi. Does so quickly.
Elsie. His pass a little bit not connected as well as he would have liked.
Looks like Campbelltown have come out and just commenced the second half with a little bit of pace, making sure they come out with some intensity and starting on a positive note.
Move it.
Very big month of football ahead here in South Australia. Of course, the Cup round coming up this week for the men's, and in particular Adelaide City against Cumberland. And of course, with a World Cup starting soon, although I need to be careful saying that around two Italian clubs, of course.
Watch your mouth.
I forgot you're here too.
That's all right. The other half's Argentinian. We'll be okay.
Boffa pulls a man down with him. Gotcha. Beating that man against Boffa.
A little bit of an interesting contrast at the moment, because as I said a couple of minutes ago, Campbelltown trying to start the half with a little bit of intensity, and Adelaide City have gone the other way and just trying to slow things down and implementing a little bit of possession play, which we haven't really seen from them in the first half.
Weston tries to cut a ball through. Malisi defends well. Now Conant. Gotcha. Back with Corbo. All right, Abichu now. Spent time in Newcastle with Newcastle Olympic, as well as Green Gully. Before that with Adelaide United. Had a few A-League matches as well. Right, Abichu. Two sides filled with plenty of national/A-League experience are these two.
Just going to address a couple of things, Seb, that I've just got a couple messages in on, just asking about the injuries going into half-time, because I did have a quick look at both Mullen and Marino, more in particularly where they were holding the ice as they went for half-time. We did notice when Mullen went down a little bit earlier, it looked like he landed awkwardly on his ankle and the ice was on his calf when he went down.
This ball comes in, the header's there. It's off target though from Labasso.
Just to finish the injury wrap, so Alex Mullen was icing the right calf, possibly the Achilles, and for Marino, the ice was on his right leg.
Yeah, I do imagine Johnny Kecko will be able to get those updates about those injuries soon enough.
Way to put him to work, Seb.
We'll get those updates soon.
As he goes back to the field.
Just forgetting his job for the moment there. That ball cleared into pitch 2 here at Adelaide City Park. Simon Kazumovic. You see that only goal of the match so far. His 4th of the season. Last time he was with Adelaide City was back in 2021, where he scored 6 in 22 matches. Almost equaling that with needing 2 more across the season. I do hazard a guess that he would better that record which he has so far, this season at least. No foul. Campbelltown continue on. Conant. No Doherty.
Set it up, boys. Hey, set it up. Set it up.
Doherty trying to launch the free kick quickly, but not allowed to.
Hey, how can I play when he's just destroyed me in the back? He's got eyes on the ball. Hurry.
And Nicholas Bucco contesting when he can. And another stoppage, that time between Bucco and Elsie. And it will be a yellow card for Nicholas Bucco.
Second yellow card for Adelaide City. Kasumovic haven't conceded the other one in additional time in the first half.
Conant just interpreting the rules differently as to where he takes his free kick.
The sideline fun and games of well and truly kicked into gear. Is everyone happy with that? We all agree he can take the free kick from there.
Conant able to deliver in finally. The header is away from Nicholas Bucco.
In all fairness, I'm not sure if 50 yards or 52 yards it makes a great deal of difference, but here we are.
It's a late one perhaps, but players allowed to go on. Ball bouncing about. Offside claims do come up as that shot comes in. It was Bob Lang.
We expected at some point the game to get a little bit spirited, maybe a little bit scrappy. And if it continues as it has been for the last minute or so, then that's your turning point. Maybe if you're watching from the Adelaide City perspective, you just got to be wary of that, because so far things have been going just fine as they are. And you don't want to get sucked into playing any games that are going to benefit Campbelltown.
It's a lovely switch ball from Bucco. If Laurie Latanzio was onside. Maybe a bit of a criticism, especially last year from memory. Just tended to toe the wrong side of the offside line at times, did Laurie Latanzio. Still scored plenty of goals, but maybe could have had a few more if he was able to just hold his line that little bit more quicker.
Yeah, I think the type of profile he is, how pacey he is, he's naturally always going to be straddling that line. So I think that's a little bit inevitable.
But just as a counterpoint to that, if you're quick enough as a winger, shouldn't you be confident in yourself to be able to beat your defender sometimes?
Yeah, well, it's a prerequisite to scoring the goals that you're going to stay onside for it as well. So, yeah, definitely something that he just has to be wary of. I think that's a fair call.
City substitutes sent to warm up. And Laurie Latanzio with a touch there. Now Malisi. Just tugged by Laurie Latanzio. Doesn't keep that one down, Conant. With a touch on that one finally. Off of Giuliani Aleggio. comes off Catano after deliberation. That's a definite late one from Boffa. And Curtis Wordsworth immediately, I think. I did think he was looking to get the opinion of his assistant referee, which I still think he might do so. But James Boffa could find himself in a bit of trouble here.
He's made himself absent from the area, James Boffa, but I don't think he can run away from a card if that's what's about to eventuate. This has happened right in front of us and right in front of the Campbelltown bench, and everyone's got plenty to say about it. Boffa's going to get his talking to now, or will it possibly be worse?
Yellow card for James Boffa.
Reaches to the pocket, and that's the first yellow card the way of Campbelltown.
Well refereed by Curtis Wordsworth there. As we have a look at that challenge on the replay. It's rather high.
Yeah, I think there's no world you're going to get away with that without getting a card.
Does leave Asad Kasumovic though down and in a bit of pain.
Well, he's within his rights to take his time getting his treatment and getting that right, because he wasn't in the wrong. Thumbs up from the trainer is a good sign.
You can see that on his left leg. The cut that's been left from the boot of Boffa. Wasted that as we inch towards the hour.
Going to be very curious to see the sub-strategy for Campbelltown, given they were forced to make the two in the first half.
It's another one on Asad Kasumovic, which goes the way of Adelaide City. Inviting these fouls perhaps at the moment.
He's getting the full treatment from the visitors over the last couple of minutes, isn't he?
Number two. Catano hits the behind post.
Well, are we allowed to say, Seb, that things have really slowed down over the last couple of minutes? It'd be great to just get some nice fluid passages of play happening, but at the moment, very stop-start, and I think that probably overall favours Adelaide City. Or does it?
Had a missed by both. At least I think that was the case. One launch forward. LEC, the one there to cover. Switch ball for Campbelltown. No foul, says the referee, as that one comes back in. Labasso just couldn't get his touch right, could the former Adelaide Comet. And now Adelaide City launch on a counter of their own. Laurie Latanzio gets past Malisi and then does the same in Boffa. Laurie Latanzio. As we see the stats come back up once again. Shots on target in favour of Campbelltown at the moment. But as we see that stat of fouls, 18-4 again in favour of Campbelltown. As we look back on that attack by Lewis Laurie Latanzio, got past two and the shot just lacking in the end as we get past 60 minutes.
On the topic of the clock, looks like Adelaide City have just called back one of their subs too. Looks like they're about to make a change.
Fergus Lynch seems to be the one to come on next. Defensive change, interestingly enough. Looking to perhaps shore things up, even with half an hour to go. Will benefit if they can get another here. Weston. Now Yuki Kitano. Buko. Looks for the ball. Doesn't find a target. Leon Bruno now. He in turn finds a switch ball to Conant. Has to chase it down to keep in play. Does so within his touch. He gets past Weston. Tries to poke it through. Looks for the cutback, does he, Elegio? And wins a corner. A half-decent attack from Campbelltown. Something in which they've been lacking so far this match.
I think it's the first corner won by Campbelltown tonight.
Delivered in by Conant. It's high and headed away. Furthest back here is Fujinami. It's a high ball. Might find an option of Elegio. Under pressure at the moment are Adelaide City. In a rare opportunity in which Campbelltown are in dominance and perhaps a chance where they need to make things count. Conant puts a low ball into the edge of the box, goes first time, takes the deflection and out for a corner. The temporary dominance continuing, Simon.
Yeah, and as you said, I think it's really critical that they capitalise on this moment. We just said it was their first corner. Now they're going to have their second in quick succession, but they're going to make something of it.
Fergus Lynch are waiting to come onto the field of play, but it will be after this corner. Corner taken quickly. Conant puts in a ball, finds the header, but it's off target. Goal kick. Again, another time where you just got to at least get those ones on target to challenge John Hall. I'm not too sure how many saves he had to make tonight.
Looks like we're ready for that change. And making way for Lynch. Trying to have a look. I don't see anyone running to the bench yet.
I think it might be. I'm not sure. No, it'll be
I think
Franchisi out on the far side. Making way. And Fergus Lynch to come on. Former Adelaide United youth player, was a part of that grand final winning side in 2023 against Modbury Jets. And here he comes on for his 8th match of the season. Only missed the one so far.
Daniel Vaughan's just trying to will on his Campbelltown. They'll be maybe spurred on by the fact that they've making Adelaide City defend for, I guess, the real, like a bit of a rare period that we've seen so far tonight. So they're just going to keep up that sort of momentum and try to make Adelaide City pay.
That ball perhaps a bit rushed. Was off balance. I'm just trying to force one in an effort to get something out of this for Campbelltown. Thrown from Weston. Gets it back with his feet and he boots it long first time. Under pressure is Kasumovic. Unable to turn. Boffa now in close proximity. Buko with it now. Taking himself wide. Maybe trying to win a free kick here is Nicholas Buko. I think that does seem to be the case. And a lunging challenge from the Adelaide City captain.
I think in that instance, Buko was trying to pretty clearly make a case for the shirt pulling, but even from here, it looked like it might have been reciprocal.
Cross from Parhas. We'll get it back here. Will Giorgio Parhas One goes wide. A chilly night tonight, but we'll go down to Johnny Kecko. How chilly is it really?
Well, it is pretty chilly down here. It has actually dropped down to 10.2 degrees and feels like it's 10 degrees on the dot at the moment, with a 92% humidity rating at this stage. So that explains the moisture in the air. So the moistness of the pitch is all because of that humidity out here tonight. No rain in the last few hours, so it's looking to stay away as well. No official update from the club in regards to injuries to the two players earlier on, but it does look like that the Mullen one was, he had a strapping with the ice on his calf, so it could be a calf injury, but no official word in regards to that. So we'll try to get some more, but it looks like it's going to be tight-lipped to the end of the game, but understandably so.
Ball comes in. It's a very high one that will go right out. Play.
Just to add to that injury observation, it definitely was on the right leg for both the two players that came off. Either calf or possibly Achilles as well for Mullen, and I think Marino, his ice was held on his right leg just above the knee, so possibly quad, possibly hamstring. That's just what I've observed.
Ball in midfield with Adelaide City. Now with Fujinami. He'll take the throw. Latanzio just shoved, should say pushed, with the side of the body by Malisi fairly. That one goes through. Corbo sweeping up and putting it out.
Bit of a dramatic way to win the ball there for Campbelltown. Just that final ball up forward. Not quite of the same quality as that take.
Leggio. Again, another strong clearance from Corbo.
Jules! Get in the box!
One's been given away there. Ball put through. Catano has Laurie Latanzio as an in-rushing option. Will be called back for a foul. And also a yellow card for Jordan Maricic. We'll have a second look at that one. Yuki Catano getting in forward. And then Maricic putting in the challenge. Actually an arm across the neck rather than a tackle of any sort. Well spotted.
We're talking about the foul count, and that's the sort of instance where you force him to action. You have to come back, do something. Catano was breaking. You had Laurie Latanzio coming forward as an option at breakneck speed. And again, Campbelltown forced to do something. But this is going to be interesting because we've seen Adelaide City convert from the spot. Is that what they'll look to do now? If anyone's going to have a crack at it, I think if you had to pick two, it'd be either of these guys, Buko and Kusumovic.
From the dead ball. We've seen it before from Nicholas Buko. He goes low. And that one sprays wide. But not a bad effort from the City captain.
One of the things I like about when Buko takes that spot kick is he thinks about where he places it. He's not the sort of player that just tries to send a really impressive looping ball into the top corner. He actually looks at the keeper and assesses where the best spot is to put it just a little bit wide in that instance, but just his experience, he's makes the judgments on the spot rather than just trying to pick a good old trusty spot as Adelaide City attempt briefly to come forward. Another chance here now.
Able to be captured.
Dan Vaughan did very well to judge that and not give Gaetano enough space to get a touch. Perhaps even a first touch could have done the job for him.
This ball will find Malisi. They would venture forward. Malisi against Catano. It's well done by O'Doherty. Has been in very good form over the past few weeks as Jordan O'Doherty. Was good last week against Croydon, even in that 2-1 defeat.
Campbelltown bench there just checking in with Jordan O'Doherty. I think it's very much a bit of a case of watch and see at the moment after having to make those 2 changes in the first.
Conant on yet another free kick. Had one in a similar position before. He delivers that one in, which is headed away. Only finds it as far as O'Doherty. He puts his one over the top. And Nicholas Bucco will shield that one until electing to launch forward. That's very late from Leon Bruno. And I think he would be lucky to escape a booking here. Yared Abichu's first to come in to confront Leon Bruno for the challenge. Certainly decisions to be made. Of course, Leon Bruno, a substitute himself. He came in lunging. Certainly one that we'll have to look back on.
Dennis Wadsworth at the moment just sitting back.
We'll seek discussion from Dion Turner, our assistant referee on this close side. A yellow card for Liam Bruno. And also a yellow card for Yared Abichu for coming in after.
Three players for each side now on a yellow card. Here's a replay of the challenge. What's your read on that, Seb?
It's a difficult one.
I think what I initially assessed that to be maybe wasn't as reckless as it appeared upon second look.
It was certainly late, but I think on first look you may think there's a hint of even studs up, but I think when you at least look at the replay there, it was just really a late lunging challenge and nothing more, and the yellow card probably more than warranted.
Yeah, you expect the yellow card, absolutely. You've got the benefit at home, you can watch it as many times as you like. Make your own decision.
Didn't get through that one too awkwardly.
Just for those playing at home, we've got a couple refs within earshot of us. But we say what we see.
Substitution being made will be Adam Pictionary coming on for James Boffa. Boffa on a booking.
He was 56th minute and giving a bit of a free character assessment on the way out. Hoping that Mike didn't catch that. Continues to be stop-start, doesn't it? We had a little bit of a clean passage of play, and I think Campbelltown were looking pretty good, but, you know, 75th minute, and I don't think there's been any huge periods.
The stats come up once again. Shots on target still in favour of Campbelltown. Into the final 15 minutes. Campbelltown searching for an equaliser. If not, Adelaide City getting a second. Kasumovic looking to launch. We'll head back down to Johnny Kecko again. Johnny, of course, Campbelltown 1-0 down. How's the vibe down there?
I was very heated during that moment. It was everyone trying to settle things down, and as you can imagine, both benches just going off at each other, especially once Parhas was having his word as well. So a few words exchanged, nothing we can really reiterate up here at the moment. But
this ball comes in, Johnny, as the Adelaide City attack continues to go on. The header away, still trying to get their way forward. And that will go back out. Johnny, you've got short time to continue.
Well, that's not great because I love talking, as you know. But there's some great fans out here as well. Some kids interacting with some former players in regards to Joel Ora. And I'm going to back my first touch. No, I'm going to leave it. Not interfering in this one. Back to you, boys. I've had my say.
Oh, well done as they get forward again here. Labasso. Sumovic trying to put in a challenge. Conant stuck out wide at the moment. Has O'Doherty as a close option. Had to go through his legs smartly. First time ball in from Malisi. Kasumovic with the touch. Buko. Kasumovic again. One in from O'Doherty. Collects the free kick. Again, Nicholas Buko very much in conversation with Curtis Wordsworth at every instance possible.
You've got two of the most experienced players in the league in their respective positions in Captain Adelaide City, Nicholas Buko and Curtis Wordsworth.
One falls favourably. Buko rolls just wide of him. He puts in a ball. Let it away. Out wide from Laura Latanzio. Lynch stuck in the corner. Right up against Kenya Fujinami. And a corner kick. Good work from Fergus Lynch.
.78 minutes gone on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions as this corner comes in.
Delivery is in and captured. Turns. Able to get it rid of. Buko gets there first. Weston on this throw. Started at Adelaide City as a 5-year-old. Has been at the club since. Of course, now rising into their first team was the John Aloisi Rising Star Award winner last year at the Celebration of Football. Has had a solid outing this evening. O'Doherty not strong enough on that occasion. Adelaide City looking to attack in numbers. Kasumovic. Still going himself. Kasumovic on his left foot. Goes way wide.
Knowing what he's capable of in regards to that final touch, I think it's safe to say that Kasumovic should probably be a little bit disappointed with what he's shown in front of goal so far tonight. Did that take a deflection though?
Not in the eyes of our referee as the goal kick proceeded. Buko again, happy to have a chat. Labasso. Missionary now, Fujinami. That ball doesn't cut through. Parhas. Hall. Of course, a part of that Adelaide United grand final winning squad, which was celebrated about a week ago. Of course, Adelaide United currently hoping for the same fortunes as 10 years ago. Had that 1-1 draw with Auckland this afternoon, which puts them in good stead for the home leg this coming Friday at Cooper Stadium.
Jules, go side. Yep. Good, Jules. Get there.
And of course, there is a possibility that the grand final is hosted here in Adelaide, of course, depending on the result of the Newcastle and Sydney game currently going on. And of course, next week, that one currently at 1-1 in the A-League men's. It's great. It's two very interesting second leg fixtures next week on the Friday and Saturday night.
And you mentioned at half-time as well the change of fixtures around Adelaide United as well, so that'll be an interesting one to watch next week, of course, Friday night, and as you said, and what happens beyond.
Conant trying to get bodied off the ball, trying to turn though, Harrison Conant. Falls back out, still gets it, right on the byline, looks for the cutback. Falls all the way to Elegio. Daniel Mullen up on his feet, riding every single moment on this close touchline. Was actually sent off in this fixture back in 2022 was Daniel Mullen. It was also coincidentally the last time Adelaide City won this fixture against Campbelltown at Adelaide City Park.
That amazes me, that stat still. It's that Campbelltown have been so successful away here. They're not really one for superstition, but I think a pattern like that is a little bit difficult to ignore.
Conant trying to continue on that current position as that one's captured. Loose ball.
Want the ball! Want the ball! Play move, good, play move!
Malisi gets a touchdown eventually, but Kasumovic does very well to get there in front. Buko is touched loose in Otoity and Elsie sandwiching him. Fujinami, Japanese left back finding O'Doherty, tries to find Fujinami through. O'Doherty again trying to create late on in this one with about 6 minutes left to go. That ball comes in, it's headed away. Buko. Claims from fans around for a handball, but nothing given. So we have a look at that. One on replay will go down to Johnny Keku. You've got a few info for us and a double substitution as well for Adelaide City about to come on in the final 5 minutes.
Yeah, it looks like Dom Costanza and Shkamitsi are about to make their way on. Not sure who they're taking the place of, but that'll be happening very soon. But just to touch on that 2022 season, that year that Adelaide City last won a home game here, later that season in a two-legged final. The first match was here against Campbelltown City, and it was a 0-0 draw. Finally, in that night, Joel Laura got a red card in that game, and he was standing just beside me on the other side of the fence, just recently retired. And also, in the commentary box alongside me on that game was Vats Pahas, who's in the coaching box for LA City tonight. So a lot of synchronicities out here today.
And how did he perform that night on Co-Coms, Johnny?
It was actually fantastic. He was the first of many to come after that. We were like a little, very tight-knit duo until he started his coaching career. Got a little bit jealous with
it's just about time for you to start your coaching career then, Johnny.
Well, I just started going to the gym because he's made me a little bit jealous now. The guns he's got.
Thanks, Johnny. Yeah, finals even only a few years ago were done a bit differently, where the first and second place side played a two-legged fixture, and the winner of that went straight through to the grand final, and then that loser of that match played the loser of another match. It's much more complicated than it is now, I must say. I had to call up Mark Talbot and get him to double-check and explain things to me so I had my info right.
He's always good for a back-in-my-day story. Just to confirm the substitutions as well, though. It was Yuki Kitano and Asad Kasumovic that have just made way for the oncoming Skimitsi and Costanzo, who will, I guess, line up to take part in this set piece.
Here's my mate, I am allowed to call him old. Don't have to say back in my day, I can call him old. Buko on this free kick. That one out for a goal kick.
There's that replay. Didn't end up concerning Adelaide City too much in the end. 87 minutes gone.
3 minutes left of the 90 in regular time, as Johnny quickly puts the ball back into play.
I think the Campbelltown fans are happy with Johnny getting the action back underway quickly.
If they score from this, it's a Johnny Keko pre-assist.
I'm not sure if Vasparhas will be your friend after that, depending on what happens.
Here's the ball to come in from Pictionary. The header's towards goal, it's in! They find an equaliser in the 88th minute, and maybe set us up for a grandstand finish here at Adelaide City Park.
Absolutely incredible, and set us up for a little bit of late drama, a little sniff of it here, but now with Adelaide City, after all the great work they've done tonight, find themselves on level terms. Now they make go on the hunt for another.
Jordan O'Doherty with the header, with not long left in a match which you have to say they were trailing. Now set us up for, really, anything could happen.
Well, I think they've been rewarded for their efforts over the last 30 minutes or so. Campbelltown, I think that overall they've been better over this second half, and persistence has eventually paid.
A late corner for the team in black and white.
Adelaide City would just love to put their nose back in front late. On the flip side, imagine if Campbelltown were able to do the unthinkable and swing it inside the final minutes.
Last minute.
I do think there might be a little bit of a significant amount of time added, Seb.
We're not sure of the exact amount, but there have been a few stoppages, including that now goal.
There's a job for you, actually, Johnny. If you can find out how much time will be added, that'd be fantastic. No fourth official in this game today, but got the next best thing. Johnny Keko on the case.
Late one in there from Costanzo. Coming in from behind. That one a bit too far in front of where the tackle was made.
Don Costanzo did something very crafty there, just getting his body in front of the free kick and just making sure Campbelltown weren't able to continue too quickly.
Buko. Going forward now through. Here's Skimitsi. Offside flag goes up. 8 shots on target to 4 in favour of Campbelltown. They've grown, is the way you can put it. They've grown into the match, although very lately they've started to bloom.
And against some adversity as well. Who would have expected for Mullen and Marino to both go down inside the first half? They'll have to adjust. They've to change their sub-strategy.
Labasso has Conant in. He decided to elect for the drive rather than the putt. Labasso again. Campbelltown are building here for a late comeback. Over the course of the match, Adelaide City perhaps more deserving of the 3 points, but the team comes back like this, you can't not credit them. Into the second minute of added time. Adelaide City look to get one of their own to finish. They still go here. Flicks it on. Trying to find the angle. The shot only half attempted. Flag's gone up on the far side and play's been stopped.
Bit of a frantic moment there, and Campbelltown would have been happy to eventually see that flag come up. A little bit of a moment of reprieve. We're only 2 minutes into that additional time, but I think there'll be a little bit to go yet. Looks like just a bit of a discussion between Daniel Mullen and the assistant referee around the amount of additional time.
Close the space!
Seven minutes of additional time, but we are 2 minutes into that, so if our information is correct, just under 5 more minutes to go.
Costanzo against Malisi. Malisi getting the better of him this time. Alessio Malisi making his own run forward. Labasso getting the touch up against Abitu. And Abitu winning the free kick, but coming off perhaps second best as he holds his left knee.
James Labasso's just arguing that. It looked like a bit of a collision, but I didn't see anything malicious within that, to be honest.
Yes, Harry. Harry, get wide. Harry, get wide. Do you want it? Give your shoulder.
O'Doherty. Inadvertently, perhaps he gets it through. Leon Bruno. Now Conant. Campbelltown, you can see the difference. They're urgent. They're quick. Adelaide City happy to perhaps wind the clock down. O'Doherty sliding in. Gets the corner.
He's a real difference maker in situations like this. O'Doherty, he was the scorer of that goal. He's getting involved and still showing a lot of intensity late. Interestingly, he was having a bit of a chat with the bench, probably around the 70-something minute. And he said, no, I want to stay on. So maybe he wasn't expecting to play all 90, but he's certainly going the whole way now.
2.5 minutes left. Looks to be an out-swinging corner from Pictionary. Into the centre, the header away. Bucco, the one defending for the time being now. Costanzo in close proximity with Conant. Comes off Costanzo. Or was it Conant?
You're looking at me for an answer, Seb, and I didn't see that. I can't tell you. It's going to be Adelaide City that throw it in.
Another throw for Adelaide City.
Fun and games continue below us. It's really tense out there at the moment.
About a minute and a half left. Not much longer. Will this end 1-1? Touch from Costanzo. Not well enough. And a foul. Will the record continue of Adelaide City not being able to beat Campbelltown at home? It's been about 4 years now. And that will continue, of course, until next year, unless they, of course, meet each other in finals. It's a ball coming in. Chest down from O'Doherty. Actually, might have been Lobasso. Just get enough on that, and that too. Frantic. Ball's bouncing all over the place. Latanzio with the ball over the top. This might be a last opportunity. Finds the cutback, and it's in! It's a winner! Somehow, some way, Francesco Schimizzi in the 97th minute finds the winner against Campbelltown and ends that 4-year record. City have finally beaten Campbelltown at home.
How big for Francesco Schimizzi to come on at this late stage and make the difference. It did seem like once it was 1-1 that the late drama hadn't finished. Both of these teams just battling to make a difference, and eventually it's Adelaide City doing so in their trademark way. That long ball forward, going on to a break, and it was Schimizzi, the big number 9, that was able to finish the job for Adelaide City. And we have ticked over 97 minutes. We're about 97 and a half. I think 7 minutes was the initial call. He does unfortunately get a yellow card, Schimizzi, for taking the shirt off, but, you know, some things are worth it. You got to take your moment, don't you? Yeah, that's right. He's been watching.
How long is left? Am I going to be proved wrong with my own call? Curtis Wordsworth looks almost just about ready to blow time, unless there's a late equaliser. No foul. Being told to hold that ball is on the far side. Play continues the way of Adelaide City, which they'll like.
Quick check of the watch from Curtis Wordsworth and a shake of his head.
A late change for City. Or not, they'll leave it. Maybe just a quick take a few extra seconds off the clock, perhaps from Adelaide City. Last opportunity, perhaps. Comes down. Is kept. Finds an angle. Still going towards goal. What way is this heading? It's a corner. A corner, perhaps, in the 99th minute. Daniel Vaughan is being urged to come up.
This is incredible for the second half that we saw at some stages really stop-start, and it didn't look like we were going to see a second or third. What could happen now? This late stage, though.
All but one in the box for Campbelltown. As the corner comes in, the header is away. Chased down, the whistle blown, and full time at Adelaide City Park. The home side with the 3 points. Very late on. As that concludes round 9.
Absolutely incredible, Seb. All this late drama. 88th minute goal from Jordan O'Doherty, then that 97th. From Groff it was. That's what the screen said.
I think it's getting
the... was Schimizzi.
Yeah. What an ending.
Feels like you have to catch your breath after that, don't you, Seb?
And again, as you said, it wasn't perhaps the easiest of watches over the 80 minutes, you have to say, but that last 10 minutes picked up. And boy, did it.
It just seemed like it was a game that had so much potential for a little bit of late drama. There's just those ones that seem like they're simmering, and you just know, somehow you know that something is going to happen late, and it delivered to finish off round 9, didn't it?
Late drama in favour of Adelaide City. It wasn't the substitute goalkeeper Cosmo Groff that scored the winner, as it says on your screen. But we'll go down with the match winner. Who's with Johnny Kicko now?
I've got the match winner with me right now. Late drama, and we expected nothing less here between these two sides today. Francesco Scamitzi, congratulations, mate. What a way to end it. You guys, they copped a late equaliser, but then right at the end, managed to get the winner. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good to score my first season goal for Adelaide City. Obviously, the boys did the hard work during the game to keep the game level. They were winning for a while and conceded, but we work hard during the week and it means a lot to us.
And to score that goal tonight as well, you've broken a drought against this side. Adelaide City haven't won at home to Campbelltown City since 2022. So how does that feel as well to crack that milestone here against the team that's had a bit of a hoodoo over you guys?
Yeah, it feels great. Obviously, it's the club's 80th year, so a lot of things are going to happen this year. And this is just a stepping stone for us, and we'll keep going to next week.
Tell us a bit about that celebration. You must have been overwhelmed when you got to score that first goal for Adelaide City.
Yeah, it just felt, I don't know, just feelings overwhelmed me, and I was talking to a few mates about doing that when I scored, so it feels good to do it with a last-minute winner.
Brilliant. Well, all the best. Go celebrate with the boys, and good luck, mate. All the best. There's the match winner for tonight. What a late drama that was.
Thanks for that, Johnny. As we look at these final match highlights. Again, a game maybe bereft of chances throughout it and bereft of excitement. But again, picked up towards the end as we see the replays on screen.
Yeah, just we're looking at a couple of those replays. I guess the stats said there was quite a few shots on target. There's one that eventually found the back of the net to get off the line. But I think there were opportunities going forward, but I guess nothing really convincing. But eventually when it mattered, both teams were able to capitalise, but in the end it was Adelaide City that slightly edged out the visitors.
Campbelltown did have opportunities, so did Adelaide City. Adelaide City winners in the end. Here's that free kick from Campbelltown. Jordan O'Doherty, an unlikely figure to win the header.
But he did a brilliant job, you can see there. John Hall full stretch, only millimetres away from getting a touch to it, but even someone of his height and stature not able to deny Campbelltown. And here's that late one.
A very classy finish from Francesco Scamitzi off his left boot, tucked into that bottom left corner.
Typical from Laurie Latanzio on the build-up, finding a break and then slipping it through. Scamitzi getting that final touch off his left. He's such an effective number 9. And first goal for Adelaide City. He's a proven goal scorer, even though he probably hasn't had a huge amount of minutes for Adelaide City.
There's your full-time stats. 2-1 the scoreline. And again, it's a point we keep reiterating about that foul count, all in favour of Campbelltown, or against Campbelltown, I should say. But in the end, that one stat at the top of the goals is the one that gives the home side the 3 points.
I guess one thing that the stats don't tell is just the late entertainment that we had as well. You know, the numbers are all well and good, but what a crazy last 10 minutes or so. You just don't know where you're going to land on a match that just produces late excitement and drama, and there was so much of that late in this game.
We'll have a look at the final results of round 9, as this was the final fixture. Of course, last night, Burkalla and Playford, a top-of-the-table clash, 3-3. Another match which ended similarly, except with even late drama. Later than what was tonight, Adelaide Comets getting their first win against Lions. Para Hills and West Adelaide earlier today. A 1-1 draw, a big point for Para Hills. Adelaide United up at the Barossa, losing 6-1 to Metro Stars. And just earlier, FK Beergrad 2-0 winners over Croydon, which leaves us in this final match and the final conclusion of round 9. Adelaide City 2-1 winners over Campbelltown City.
I believe we're going to see the ladder in just a moment, which was pre this game, but we can give you the update to the result as it is now. Adelaide City still sit in the same spot in 4th where they were prior to this game commencing, but they do climb up to 17 points now, just 1 point behind Metro Stars, and the gap at the top getting a little bit tight, as we thought it was going to be a tighter top end of town. And then Campbelltown City in 8th currently.
And then you look at that goal difference as well. That 8-1 win last week for Playford is huge, but Metro Stars having a 6-1 win of their own today certainly comes into the conversation come season's end, perhaps when you do have teams like Playford and Bacala are now on equal points.
How huge ought it be for the NPLSA if it is decided on goal difference? Eventually, in the back of our heads, the fact that Australian Championship spot is in the picture again. So this is, to have a bit of a four-horse race at the moment. Very exciting for local football.
A great evening here at Adelaide City Park. Late drama. Simon Jimenez, been lovely to have you alongside me this evening.
Thank you for having me. It's great to have such a brilliant game with such late drama, and it's been an absolute pleasure.
Of course, thanks to Johnny Kecko as well on the sideline. I've been Seb O'Neill. Been lovely to have your company at the end of round 9. Full-time score here at Adelaide City Park in Oakton. Adelaide City 2, Campbelltown City 1.